Hey guys, welcome back to TheStruggleville YouTube channel. For this video, I have some amazing new Amazon deals to share with you. This entire video will be Amazon deals, and I have a ton of them to share with you. I'm looking at all my open tabs right now, somewhere between 20 and 30 really good deals. I was happy with what I was able to find today. For Amazon deals, we have them all linked in the description down below if you see something that you just can't live without, and I think that's going to happen in this video. So look. It's a snowy day. Well, it's not snowy today, but there's snow on the ground in northern Illinois. We're not in a rush. Where are we going to go? It's freezing out. So sit back, relax, grab yourself a drink, and let's get into these amazing deals. First up, we have the heated Trapper hat, 25-inch, winter electric circulation heated hat. I'm not sure what portion is 25 inches. 2,000 milliamp hour rechargeable battery by Kerper Coy, 30% off. I was trying to think of, what got me distracted? The secret spy ring that George Washington used in the Revolutionary War, and the word Kerper is really close to what it was called, but I can't think of what it is right now. Someone help me out. Somewhat obscure, but someone's going to know it. So we got the little Trapper hat guy, heated gear, comes with the little battery, you keep it charged, you want to have a hot head. Sometimes you don't want to be a hot head, and here, in this instance, you want to be a hot head. And just looking out at the snow really makes me want one of these guys. So it starts out at $29.99, but we have a 30% promo code. There's your code right there. You apply that at the checkout. For those of you who don't know, you add the item to your cart, you're at the checkout screen, there's a little link where you change what credit card you're using, or if you had a gift card, and that's the same link that also has promo codes. You click that, a little box opens up, boom, you paste the promo code, you're good to go. This is supposed to go through the 15th. We'll see if it actually lasts that long. You guys know sellers can kill codes at any time for any reason. So $29.99, 30% off. It's going to take about $10 off. It's going to be $20. Does work for multiple quantities. I think they also had a black one on the page. I don't know if the promo code worked for that. This one's kind of like a little pixelated camo guy. You got the little furry front. You're out in the wilderness and stuff. But I can just imagine myself shoveling snow, got me a heated hat, keep my head warm. Remember that thing where they said like 80% of your heat loss goes through your head? I think it was like an army survey in like the 50s or 60s. And then later they found out, nah, that was bullshit. That's not true at all. Next up, chainsaw, cordless, 20-volt, 10-inch battery chainsaw, brushless chainsaw, includes a 2.5 amp hour battery and charger. This is by Senix. It's 50% off. Now, what works out really good for you here is last week, and I don't know if this deal is still good, but if you took this brand name here and put it into the search bar and searched, you can see the pole saw deal that I believe it was a pole saw deal that we posted last week, because if that promo code's still good, or if it's just on sale in general, maybe it has a coupon on the product page or something, it could be really good to get both of these, the regular chainsaw and the pole saw. Now again, this is 50% off. It's an amazing, amazing price. Let me get to that, and then we'll get more into the specifics. So it starts out at $71, but it's 30% off. So it's about $35 for a full kit. It's supposed to go through the 16th. There's your promo code there. So $35 for a 10-inch chainsaw. Now the downside is your 2.5 amp hour battery. If you're using this more as just a pruning type tool and you're doing more light work for it, that 2.5 amp hour battery will have a decent enough life. But if you're using the full 10 inches of that bar and you're cutting like a tree trunk that's 10 inches, you're just not going to get a lot of cuts out of 2.5 amp hours. And in that instance, I don't think you'll be happy with it, only because you're not going to get a lot of battery life. Now, they have other tools, like they had a saw deal. It doesn't have a promo code right now, but I'm going to keep an eye on this brand, see if I can get you guys other codes with it. But there's another saw, it's full price, but it came with either a 4 or a 5 amp hour battery, and I really wish that's what this deal was. So you can get more batteries for it. They are available, and if you plan on doing big boy cutting with it, I would definitely be considering, even if you get like the pole saw deal, if it's another 2.5 amp hour battery. That's not perfect, but it gets you 2 batteries, so at least you can be charging one while using one. But either way, at $35, I mean, you're getting the full kit. That's pretty amazing. That's a really good deal there. Next up, we got the Ratcheting Wrench set. It's a 20-piece set. flex head ratcheting wrench set, combination wrench sets, SAE, and metrics. We're starting at 1/4 inch, going up to 3/4 with your SAE, and your metrics are 6 to 19 millimeter. No 20 millimeter in this set. I know it's your favorite. 72 tooth. Actually, someone left a comment saying it's the most useless tool ever made, a 20 millimeter wrench. It's not here, so you don't got to worry about that. Steel ratchet set with storage bag by Two Wall Mark. 50% off. Which, by the way, if you haven't, top of every deal page on the website, you can add your email address and subscribe. Get the daily email of all the latest tool deals. Just thought I'd throw that out there. I seem to never mention that in the video, so now I did. We got it out of the way. So here is your set. Comes with the roll-up pouch. You can see they call it a storage bag because even the Chinese know the difference between a bag and a case. If you know, you know. You got the 20-piece ratchet set, 10 metric, 10 SAE, $69.99, but 50% promo code right there for you going through the 19th. It's going to make it $34.99. Does work on multiple quantities if you need more than one. I don't know why you would, but maybe you're getting a gift or something. You got to have a set of the flex heads. It's pretty important to have. It wouldn't be your go-to. Sometimes the flex heads aren't the best wrench for the job. Because if you're reaching down or something, you're trying to get it on a bolt head, trying to get out a nut, and it can just kind of bend, be kind of awkward. But in other instances, if you're in a tight spot, the wrench otherwise would be in the way, it's hitting something else, sometimes you gotta use the flex heads. So 50% off getting both your SAEs and your metric at that price point. Something I wouldn't imagine you grab every day, but you'll be happy to have them when you need them. Next up, we have this 4-pack of the 14-foot ratchet straps. Now, I posted it was a week or two ago, but I think it was only 40% the last time that we posted it. So I saw this promo code. I just wanted to re-up it for you. The 14-foot ratchet straps, ergonomic aluminum alloy handle, coated S hooks, 500-pound working load limit, 1,500-pound brake strength by X Strap Standard. So one thing I do like about these, since we talked about it, we're not going to hit this one too much, but I really like these handles. It looks a lot better than some of like the real cheapo ratchet straps that you get. Like especially now as we're getting into Black Friday, you may see like the Husky set come up, or just, you know, whatever store has their brand or their most economical ratchet straps, and they'll just be a really terrible handle, and they're just uncomfortable to use. You can't get a lot of leverage on them. I mean, this thing, I could really rip on that handle. So, and it's just more comfortable to begin with. So I kind of like these. $29.90, 50% off. Supposed to go through the 18th, and you have the promo code right here. Again, does work for multiple quantities. I'm trying to apply that anytime that I can. And you want to know, okay, do you want to know the 100% honest answer of why these are right here? Some promo codes, I just know when they work. When you look at the Amazon affiliate page, they give you the code, they give you the promo code link, and you just know, okay, this code works. But a lot of the codes, I don't have any secret sauce to check codes if they work or not. I have to add the item to my cart, I have to apply the promo code to my account, and then I just look at the numbers. Was that 50%? That didn't cut it in half. That doesn't look like 50%. So I literally have a calculator open all the time. There's my calculator. The last deal I checked was 39, whatever percent. And I do that every day. So it's not like I have some instant way of doing it. Anyways, if I already have to add it to my cart, it only takes me another second to change the quantity from 1 to 2. And then I know if it works for multiple quantities. Since I have that extra nuggeted information, I figure I might as well include it in the page. So if you don't see that line, it doesn't mean necessarily that the code only works for one item. It just means I didn't have to add it to my cart, so I didn't check. Little inside baseball that no one cares about. But anyway, portable car jump starter, 5,000 amp peak current up to all gas engines, which I bet we could find the unicorn there that it doesn't apply to. 10-liter diesel engines, 12-volt auto battery booster, portable power pack with indicator light, jumper cables. This is by Powasu. 40% off. Now, if you watch the worst DeWalt tools video, which I highly recommend, I'll leave it as a pinned comment. If you missed it, you need to watch it so you know what not to buy. Some people didn't agree with me, which, by the way, fine. Leave a comment if you want to argue. I understand people have different experiences with different tools, but this is mine. This was my story. This is, oh, I hate this. I hate this word so much, or this phrase. It was my truth. It was my truth. Anyway, in that video, I said that I would be looking for jump starters with inflators. I didn't see that combo specifically today, but I did see this jump starter, and it's an amazing price. Starts out at $69.99. We have a Prime member discount, and then we also have a 40% promo code. So if you're a Prime member, you open up the Amazon page, you will see that Prime member discount, and then your 40% comes off of your discounted price. Supposed to go through the 16th. Your promo code's right there. Now it comes down to $29.99 after your Prime member discount and your 40% promo code. So a really good deal on a jump starter. This one's got a good amount of reviews. You can check that out on the Amazon page. I was going to give you a little bit more inside baseball, but I thought no one cares. Sometimes my website shows reviews, other times it does not, the stars and everything, and there's a specific reason for that. We'll talk about it some other time. Garden shovel for digging. It's not a nefarious thing, it's like a technical thing. 28-inch in total length, mini D-shaped heavy-duty shovel with serrated edges by Cyrus. It is 50% off. That is 50% off. I really liked this deal for a couple of things. Well, first off, let's look at the price. It's normally $30. If you go to Amazon's page, open that up, you are going to get the red banners that says this product is at its lowest price in 30 days. So $21.99 is already a discounted price. It's the lowest in 30 days. On top of our discounted price, we have a 50% promo code. Now, I don't know when this one's going to expire. However, I just posted it. You always have this timestamp today at 2:48 Central Time. So just about an hour from the time that you're hearing my voice or when I'm recording this, the promo code was working. That's when I checked it. $21.99, 50% off. It ends up being $11 for a shovel. So really good. Again, it's 28-inch. I like the D handles. For me, that's the most comfortable. And oh man, I've been using one a lot. Actually, I'm probably going to buy this because, well, I'm 50-50 if I'm going to buy this. Okay, let's get into it. I have a Tool Shop one that looks just like this. Now, Tool Shop is Menards economy brand. It's a fiberglass handle, and it is cracked all the way down. Like, it still works, but if you twist it just a little bit one way or the other, you can see that crack just open up. Tool Shop is lifetime warranted, although that specific shovel is not sold at Menards anymore. So I'm going to bring it in and just see what they say. Like, do they have a comparable they're going to give me, or how does that work? So hopefully this deal is still available after that, because I don't want to buy this and then get a brand new one from Menards. And it's like, wait a second, now I got two. That means I got to do twice as much digging, which I don't want to do anymore, because I've been doing a lot of digging. I got to dig a 300-foot trench, which I'm working at as I go, which is getting really cold outside. I need to get that done. Anyway, love the D handle. I like that it has the serrated edge. I think that could be useful for some things. Of course, spade shovel, you got the pointy on there. And that's what I've been using, one that looks just like that. My back is barking at me just looking at the picture. We got to move on. Got the 10-inch groove joint pliers. I actually have two things I'm going to show you here, so hang tight. 10-inch groove joint pliers, high quality, water pump plier, home repair, comfortable grip, tongue and groove pliers by Naki. So as the title listed, here's the first one. It's the push button style. I really like these. I like this so much better than the old channel lock style where you got to open them all the way up, and then you're kind of jogging around trying to get it just into the right groove, and you feel like you're using one of those chest builder things, you know, where it's like you compress the thing and you bring your hands together, or you're playing bloody knuckles with yourself, whatever you're doing. So this push button style I like so much more because also it's more refined. It's a smaller adjustment between each of the teeth. Now this one, it's on sale normally $19 down to $11.99. And these are kind of a knockoff of the Knipex. Knipex, is it the Cobras? I think it's called it's the Raptor or the Cobra. I think it's the Cobra. I always get those mixed up because to me the names don't make any sense. So it's hard to, like a tongue groove plier. I know what that is because I know exactly how it got its name. I see the mechanism in which it got its name. But Cobra pliers? I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Why is it called Cobra? So anyway, it's my own personal quirk. Now, It comes up with the roll-up pouch. This is the 3-pack. You're getting the 8s, the 10s, and the 12s, and it's $28.49. It's not a huge discount. It starts out at $30. It's somewhat redundant. I don't think everyone needs all 3 sizes. It's pretty common for sets like this to come in these 3 sizes, but most people, just get the 10s and you'll be fine. But if you want all 3, $28.49, you're getting a little discount, but I really like the style. I don't personally own those pliers. Next up, we got a grease gun, battery powered, built for farmers. Means it's farm tough. Mechanics and truckers, but not those Indian truckers that run over people. We're getting rid of them because they don't speak English. Man, we're not going to get into it. We're not getting into it, but that's insane. Can't read the road sign. Why does he have a license? Doesn't even know what the sign says. Electric grease gun kit, 2 batteries and a charger. Can we not just all there's so much like this and that. Can we just agree if you can't read the signs, you shouldn't have a license? Is that a hard common ground to get to? 39.4-inch hose and LED. I'm trying really hard, guys. Really hard to buy Task Star. 36% off. Forget about the Indian truckers. Let's just move on. Comes with the case. Looks like we're getting 2 batteries. I really actually like the really long extended hose, especially for what this purpose is. If you have 2 grease fittings, if you're doing some U-joints, you got the front, you got the back, you're done. That's it. You probably don't need the cordless. But if you have I got that excavator now, a little mini excavator, I got the tractor, there's so many things to grease on that damn thing. The pump handle sucks, especially if it's the big one. Pistol grip, a little bit better. This, awesome. 1, you don't get that fatigue. It's a lot faster. That's 2. 3, you get the long hose so you can actually reach things. Can you imagine on that tractor, the excavator, all the grease fittings you got, and if you were stuck with the rigid steel pipe coming off of a grease gun, you can't get that anywhere. You would spend all day finagling, pain in the ass. This, much easier. Love this. So if you're in that situation, or I don't know, maybe you got a little home shop or you work, I don't know what you do, but if you're doing a lot of greasing, the way to go. Now it starts out at $129.99. That is way too much. You know what? I actually don't remember the exact Prime member discount, so give me 1 second. I remembered it was a pretty good discount. I just don't remember the exact amount. It goes down to $85.49. So if you're a Prime member, you start at $85.49, and then you're taking 36% off of that, a little over a third, so close to $30 off. What does that make it? About $50? You get a whole kit. Now it's supposed to go through the 19th there. You got your promo code there. So about $50 for Prime members. You're getting a full kit, 2 batteries, nice long hose. Everyone love a long hose. Long hose, short hose. I'm not really too picky on the hose. 2-pack rechargeable LED flashlight, high lumen, super bright flashlight, powerful tactical handheld flashlight, 5 modes, zoomable, waterproof by Fellatio. 50% off. Speaking of hose, 2-pack here, totally rechargeable. Now we did see these, I think it was a couple of weeks ago. I saw a new promo code for it and just wanted to bring it out to you guys so everyone's aware of the minty freshness of the deals here. $29.99, 50% off. I actually have 2 different promo codes for you. So this one's supposed to go through the end of the year. You guys know codes don't last that long. They always kill them early. So you really don't even want to pay attention to that, but it is there because that is the date technically. 50% off on that one or this one here. So that brings it down to $15 for 2. That's $7.50 a piece. Now I did add this line. This is from the last time that I posted it because it was a little bit more ambiguous previously. If you go to the Amazon page, it actually has a little graphic that says 2-pack there. And a lot of the wordage here, the last time I posted it, was singular. And it didn't make it sound like a 2-pack, but it absolutely is a 2-pack, so I did add that last time. But don't worry about it, you're getting 2, and $7.50 each. 15 for 2, because you're getting 2. Next up, to go with our new heated hat, our little trapper hat. I think it was pretty cool, wasn't it? So we got a whole little pack here. We got the hat already, now we're getting the gloves. This is 5,000 milliamp hour rechargeable heated gloves, touchscreen, waterproof. I love the touchscreen gloves because, I was out, I'm digging out this pond, right? I'm using the tractor, I'm using the mini excavator, and it's getting to, I told you there's snow on the ground. It's cold outside. And I had gloves on and I'm working all day, but you hear your phone beep and I try to ignore it, but then sometimes I think, man, I've been out on this tractor for a couple hours. What if something happened? Like if something happened, you know what I mean? If it's like an emergency, I gotta look at my phone every once in a while just to make sure. And I take the gloves off. Gotta take the gloves off. So you end up checking your phone more than you want, and every time you gotta take the gloves off. Gotta take the gloves off. I like the touch screen so I don't have to because I don't like fiddling around with it. Heated gloves. Also waterproof, nice touch. Non-slip electric heating gloves by Min Thaus. 50% off. I also like it. I think these ones had the little elastic strap there so you can tighten it up. Don't get snow in on your wrist there. $62.99, a little more than I would like, but we have a 50% promo code, so now you're down to about $30 for the gloves. So let's go through the 13th, so you got a couple of days to take advantage. There's your promo code there. It does work for multiple quantities if you needed more than one set of gloves, but I really like having the 2-pack there. We're going to be shoveling snow. We're going to be out in the cold soon. Bones hurting thinking about it. Mini electric screwdriver with magnetizer. 36 S2 steel bits, 2 pry bars, kind of. 3.7 rechargeable precision screwdriver by WorkPro. It's a Great Star Tools brand. 50% off. Really like this, okay? It has like the little handy-dandy case-looking thing, the whole rail of all your bits. Now, the pry bars are these little plastic pryers, so I kind of... The word bar is probably technically correct, but when it's made out of plastic, the word bar gives more stability or strength to the word than what I feel like plastic deserves. It does say you get a magnetizer, which I don't know if that's what these 2 little slots are down here, because I don't see the little square magnetizer you would normally see, but I really like those, because especially for these little screws, it's got to be a magnetizer. You have to have it, because they're little baby things, and sausage fingers can't hold on to them. So, and then we have the cordless screwdriver itself. Looks like they're telling us we have an LED light there, which is amazing, so we can see a little bit better. And this is great for if you're doing like electronic stuff. This is almost a must-have for any kind of electronics, small little appliances, any kind of precision work. Make it a lot faster for you, a lot easier. Save the wrist and the carpal tunnel, although hitting the button, I don't know, might still be a problem. Don't have the carpal tunnel, so I can't tell you exactly. $35.99, but 50% off. That is so good, too, because Great Star doesn't have a lot of 50% discounts. A lot of their stuff is in the 20 to 35 range. It's pretty rare for them to go up to 50, and it's supposed to go through the end of the year, so I don't trust that at all, especially being a 50% discount. So that's this here. I believe this one was only 40%, so we got a little bit better with this code here. Does work for multiple quantities if you want more than one at the 50, but $36, 50% off. You pay $18 for the cordless rechargeable. It uses the USB-C, which also gives you a little indication that it's a newer model. Older stuff, maybe more cheaper made stuff, will have a micro USB, or the old school, the mini USB, which you don't see much at all anymore. Got a gear wrench deal. Had to throw a couple of name brand things in there for you. This is a 28-piece, 1/4-inch and 3/8-inch drive bolt biter impact extraction socket set. So it comes with 2 rails. You have both the 1/4s, the 3/8s. These are really amazing for any kind of the rusty, crusty stuff. Again, I'm in Illinois. Everything here is rusty. Rust everywhere. Now, luckily, most cars are made out of plastic now, so you don't have the rusted out fenders and wheel wells and everything, and like the door lip and everything. But the bolts, the nuts, all that still rusted. Real pain in the ass to get off. And these guys have like a tapered teeth. Spiral tapered teeth, I think would be the best way to describe it. And really bites on, which is probably why they're called bolt biters, to grab those rounded off. You know, even if it's not rusty, if you just kind of rounded it off because you're a bad mechanic, you're bad at your job, you rounded off the nuts. By the way, do I get into it? Let's finish this and then we'll get into it. 108.72 Home Depot has it for $172.30. Zorro's $197.99, and then almost doubling the price. Acme Tools is $202.99. So right now on Amazon, you're getting a real good price, almost half of what these other guys got it for, and something that can really save your ass. If you got like a super tight steering or suspension type bolt, I mean, it's got to be within these sizes, but that kind of stuff's on usually pretty damn tight, and it's a prime spot to be rusty and stuck. You'll really be happy to have these. One thing, what I was going to say about, we were talking about stripping out nuts and bolts, the Jeep, the top, right? It came with, it's a dual top. It has either the hard top or the rag top, and it has separate framing for that, which you have to swap out, which is why I don't put the hard top anymore, because what a pain in the ass. I got to remove the whole frame of it. The frame of the roof, I mean. But the mechanic who put it on, I'm guessing used a cordless of some kind, and they're all Torx bolts, like the little internal Torx or whatever, and that's what the frame is all held together with. Every one of them stripped out. It's supposed to be a black screw. It's bright, shiny metal. I should have said something when I got it, but I don't think I noticed it until the first time that I had to remove the frame to switch out between the two. Anyway, I'm like, you son of a bitch, brand new truck, and all the bolts that are exposed, and if I paid more attention, you could see, all stripped out, shiny. Like, you dumb bitch. You could have used a regular ratchet or done your final tightening with something that didn't mess up all the bolt heads. Voltage tester with screwdriver, non-contact electrical tester, dual range. 1000 volt live wire tester, wire breakpoint finder by Astro AI. 50% off. This is kind of unique in the fact that you got your non-contact voltage on this side, but then it's a screwdriver. I kind of like that because you're definitely doing minor screwdriving tasks if you need this voltage finder. You're taking the cover off, you're taking the wires off, the screws off the wires, because you didn't back probe it. You never back probe it. So the screws are on the side. You got to loosen that up. I don't know. It just seems like kind of a good idea instead of switching back and forth between some tools. Now it starts out at $16.99. I think it's $11.99. Let me check. I will check. I'm so good. Seeing hundreds of deals a day. Posted over 20 deals just today. And I remember seeing this one. $16.99 down to $11.99. And then 50% off, so you're going to get free shipping if you're a Prime member, and you're only paying $5.99, getting the non-contact voltage tester with the built-in screwdriver. Does work for multiple quantities if you want more than one. Now, one little extra tip when using one of these non-contact guys is you always want to check a known source. Something that you know is on. You know this has power. And check it. Make sure it's working right then. Don't be like, hey, I checked this thing last year and it was working. Nah. You check it right now. Go to your known source, touch it, get close to it, whatever. Like, beep, 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 beep. It's working. I know it's working. Now we go over to our questionable one and check that. Feel a lot better about it. Now, the other thing you can do is just lick it. You lick it, it'll tell you. If it's 220, you probably don't want to lick it. Might not like that. 200 watt portable solar panel. Waterproof, better be, it's a solar panel. Foldable compact solar charger by Gen Dome. It's 44% off. This has an amazing price, and I kind of like this format. Most of them, when you're talking about these like travel portable ones, it'll be a big panel. It may be 2 panels and it folds in half. If you're getting a big one, it may be 3 panels. It's like a trifold, like a wallet. This one is the small individual grids, but look how small that is. If you need to be portable with it, you're going hiking with it, you're taking it with you fishing, camping, something like that. It's not the big ass, like even when you fold them in half, it's big, It's not like a tiny thing. This, you could fit in a bag, like a backpack or something. It's got the little carrying handle. I just like how compact it is. And 200 watts, pretty good. I got one that's huge. It folds in half, but it's the huge style. It's only a 50 watt panel. Kind of sucks because it's huge and it's only 50 watts. This looks, when it's all laid out, to be close to mine, but it's 200 watts. So really like that. Starts out $177.77, but we got this 44% discount. Now, just keep in mind, these have come down, obviously, in price. Look at the price there. We used to look at solar panels and be like, look, we want $1 a watt. That's our deal price, $1 a watt. Over the last, really 2 years, these have come down a lot. So $177.77, the regular price is already beating our old metric, but we almost cut the price in half with our 44% discount. It's got to be real close to $100 there. Supposed to go through the end of November. So promo code there, and again, does work for multiple quantities. So fold it up nice and compact, 200 watts. And I'll try and get you another solar power station. I hate that they call them solar, and then that's what I do. A power station deal, a promo code deal for a power station too, because I feel like we need a new updated one for people who are interested. We got the mechanical pencil set. This is a metal set. I actually have 2 different sets that I'm going to show you. Not strictly a tool deal, I understand, but if you're doing stuff with tools, you probably need a damn pencil. I prefer mechanical pencils over your old school pencils that you got to sharpen. So here it is. Whether you like it or not, you're going to see it. Of course, you could skip it. You can go on to the next one if you don't like it, but you really shouldn't, because this is like fire commentary here. 420-piece leads. Getting the lead out. By 4 candies, 30% off. So this is that first one here. The other one's 50% actually. We're going to get to that in 1 second. So it looks like we have a handy dandy case here. We're getting all our pencils, our different leads, 5, 7, 9. Bunch of it going on. Starts out at $16.99. Again, these are metal mechanical pencils, a little nicer than plastic. 30% off, 1/3. What is that? A little over $5. It's supposed to go through the 16th there. Again, 30%. Now here is the other ones. Again, metal mechanical pencils. It's a 5-pack. You're getting all the leads to go with it. 19-count pack with case. Got eraser refills. $13.99 on that one. And then this one is 50% off. Was that the same promo code? It is not the same promo code. Just for your information. Oh, duh. One's 30%, one's 50%. You are a dumbass. Get your head in the game. Stop thinking about Indian truckers. Okay, this one's 50% off. Obviously, different promo code. 16th. $14 down to $6.99 on the 4-pack, 5-pack of 4 candies. 17-piece folding Allen wrench set. This is both SAE and Star, otherwise known as Torx. Your portable Allen key set by Noki. Same as the pliers that we saw earlier, the singular or 3-pack of pliers. 50% off. Really like these, especially because I think a lot of people probably don't have Torx Hex Keys. Oh, that's an interesting one. I guess they wouldn't be Hex Keys anymore. Allen wrenches, but that is the trade name. What would you call these? Torx keys? Torx wrench? That means, I guess it's a wrench. It's not typically, well, yeah. Huh. Anyway, they come as a keychain style. I love the folding ones. You got all of them progressively, ooh, I don't like that word. An ascending order. Getting smaller and bigger. Easy to find what size you need. Not going to lose them. Even come with a little keychain. That was my version of a cough button there. $19.98. Going to be 50% off. We have 2 different promo codes you can use on this one. It's supposed to go through the 18th. So you're going to be at about $10. Again, it's a 2-pack, so that's $5 a piece. I would imagine most people have the SAEs, but you might not have the Torx, which could be an added benefit, or maybe you just need another set. Putting together that IKEA furniture, or even the Amazon furniture. A lot of it's got to be built. Man, have I built a lot of furniture in my life. I've built a lot of furniture, and I've moved a lot of furniture. The interesting thing is, I've only ever lived in a couple of houses. I have not moved a lot, but I know someone who, in their heyday, moved every year. Every year. Move it again, move it again. I move so much furniture. I have moved more furniture than people who are professional furniture movers. Figure that one out. Bosch 7.5 amp corded 4.5 inch angle grinder with the lock on slide switch. Got your side handle. Got that guard. You may want to remove. Do not remove the guard. You're not supposed to. It's there for a reason. I bet you could, though, if you really wanted to. I don't think it's impossible. $49, says normally $79. Now, if we look at some of the comparables, Home Depot has it for $69, so they're $20 more. Same with Lowe's. Both of them will give you free shipping. They're just going to charge you $20 more. And then Zorro, $85.59. So get yourself a nice name brand angle grinder. You really don't want to go with that Harbor Freight one that's $20 or whatever. As you look around on the internet, there's lots of examples of that thing smoking. It's a smoke show. It's good for the lungs. You want to breathe that in. You want to stand over it like a humidifier or something, clearing out those nasal passages. You got that angle grinder on the bench just smoking away, and you just like, I got kind of a stuffed up nose right now. It would work perfect and clear it all up. Chinese plastic fumes. Yes. Don't do that. Disclaimer, don't do that. Jokes. We're joking. It was just jokes. Don't breathe in the Chinese plastic fumes. Amazon Basics. Self-adjusting wire strippers. I'd rather do the adjusting myself on the stripper. Really like these self-adjusting ones. The prices have dropped quite a bit. Lots of brands have them. Of course, the Amazon Basics, an Amazon brand. It's only $8.99. I know it's not even like listed as the sale price or anything, although I do think that's a discounted price. The first ones I bought were Irwin's, and I paid, I think, either $25 or $30, and that was many, many moons ago. But since then, I also bought a Meter K brand. Who remembers Meter K? You would have had to have been around probably pre-COVID if you remember the Meter K brand, which is no longer in existence. Moment of silence for Meter K. But we do have the Amazon Basics now. So if you've never used these before, this little tab right here is connected to this guy here, and you can push it back or bring it in, and that gives you the length of how much wire you are stripping. And there's little springs in here that bring these jaws down. So the mechanism, as you squeeze the handle, comes down, kind of grabs the wire, and then these pull apart. So it strips and pulls off the end all in one motion. And if you're using the same type of wire, same size of wire, and it's a relatively thin wire, like 14, 16 gauge or thinner, you can actually line up a couple of wires side by side and strip more than one at a time. But it works for all sorts of, you can put coaxial in there, you can put like Ethernet cable in there, which I don't have to do too often. I know it'll take the outer sheath off. I don't know how well it'll do on the little tiny wires. The one thing is, for the most part, it is self-adjusting as it says, but this little knob here adjusts the tension, and sometimes you do have to adjust that because it won't dig in enough or too much or whatever. But $8.99, definitely I feel like it's worth it. I use them actually quite a bit. Short pressure washer gun, 360 degree swivel, 5,000 PSI, industrial grade, best for gas power washer. I don't know why they put the word gas there, other than they're trying to throw in an extra keyword, because it definitely works just fine for the electrics. That's what I have. I use one very similar that I like. 3/8-inch quick connector by Angie Sang. 40% off. Promise I won't. So I like the stub nose guy, especially when using a foam cannon, because the foam cannon adds a ton of weight to the end of that guy. And unless you're trying to be a bodybuilder, trying to work those forearms, you really don't want all that extra weight hanging out there. So by putting the foam cannon right on the end, foam cannon when you're washing your car or whatever, it works really well. Then you're getting all these nozzles, which is really nice, because I don't know about you, I lose these damn things. I swear, every pressure washer, either the wand itself or the pressure washer, I'll show you the price, there it is. We also have the discount. Every pressure washer has some way to hold these nozzles, and it's always terrible. It's always trash. The pressure washer I'm using right now, the handle has like a little silicone pocket thing that's on the handle there, and I've already lost 2 of them. Every time I grab it, I got to push them back on because they look like they're about to fall off, which shows me why the other 2 are missing. My other pressure washer, they're right in the plastic of the body of the pressure washer. It's missing one of them because they just fall out. They just sit there. It's on wheels. You're rolling it around. It falls out. You hit a bump or something that you didn't realize. It's terrible. So you always need the replacement nozzles, and those are universal, so you don't got to worry about that. $33.66, but 40% off. What's that? Going to be close to $20? Supposed to go through the 13th. Got your promo code right there. And every once in a while, you got to replace these things anyways, because they get leaks internal and stuff, or down here, it'll start getting all messed up. Now, one thing I don't understand is they always have this little kickstand so you can't accidentally turn it on. That's terrible. Put the kickstand over here so I can hold it and don't have to literally with my hand hold it. When I'm pressure washing siding or a deck or something, I'm squeezing this trigger for like an hour. I'd rather the kickstand be on this side. Thank you very much. Also, by the way, even though this is a stub nose, a lot of companies sell like extensions. You can make this kind of a little convertible fashion where you could add an extension to the end of it, and then you kind of have the best of both worlds if you wanted. Or maybe you already have it. If you have one of those surface cleaners that connect to a pressure washer, you probably already have the extension wand, and you could use it either way. Next up, we've got the 260-foot cordless impact wrench, about halfway through the deals. Just kidding. Someone was like, oh shit, I'm turning this off. We're only halfway done. No. We're getting there. 260 foot-pound cordless impact wrench. Half-inch drive, lightweight, brushless. Gotta love the brushless. Just about everything's brushless these days. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Who sang that? By Bowen. 50% off on the impact gun. Get the charger, 2 amp hour battery. 260 foot-pounds. It certainly wouldn't be considered a high torque impact wrench. But your lug nut's about 100 foot-pounds, bigger, heavy-duty, maybe kind of truck. You're talking more like 140 foot-pounds. Of course, can go up substantially depending, we're talking about tractors or real big stuff. But for 90% of the vehicles out there, if you just want to change tire, do the brake job, something like that, the 260 foot-pounds is more than enough for what you need on that. Looks like we're even getting a handy-dandy case to go with it. So it starts out at $80. We have this 50% promo code, so down to $39.99. We even have the backup code in case that first one quits working. Really good, especially as either a backup or for the person who needs one occasionally. If you want the DeWalt impact gun, you could easily spend $200 bare tool on a real nice DeWalt cordless impact wrench. Here, it's a fraction of the price. It's not going to be as strong, but it's certainly usable for the more occasional user, or just, for, like I said, as a backup. As a second, you got 2 people working. Wireless magnetic LED trailer lights. I really like these. I thought this was a great idea. Every once in a while we see a similar deal, but it certainly is not very often. So if it is something you're kind of interested in, you kind of want to jump on this one because it's not like once a month I can find a promo code on this. Wireless magnetic LED trailer light kit. Tow light with brake, turn, tail, reverse. Turn, tail, reverse. I know some people who do that all the time. Strobe modes. Rechargeable tow and tail lights by Best View. 50% off. That is 50% off. How cool is that? Wireless LED lights. Trailer, boats. Comes with the handy-dandy case. Keep it all together. Plug it in and go. We're wireless. $63.99. It looks like you're plugging into your, of course you got to keep it charged up. These probably have batteries in each individual one because that would make sense. And then we're plugging that into our trailer hitch and we'll just get our signal. This thing will receive the signal. Obviously it's plugged into your hitch connector and it's shooting it out to these guys. Don't got to worry about running the wires. Or like me, I've messed up the wires. I was so mad. I put if you guys watched, there was a video, I think, on the second channel. I kind of refurbished my old Harbor Freight trailer. It's the 4x8 trailer, 1750-pound capacity. I've had it for 15 years or so, and it's decent, a little rusty and crusty, and it sits outside. So I put new wood on it, repainted it, put new sidewalls on it, put the trailer jack, put the new wiring kit on, and immediately busted up the wires. I was so pissed. You want to know what I did? We'll go through this deal, and I'll tell you how I busted it up. $63.99, 50% off, so it went from $64 down to a little over $30. Supposed to go through December 1st. There's your promo code right there. Not sure if that one works on multiple quantities or not. Really good deal, and it's like the price of what you would pay for a wired kit, but you don't got to worry about running the wires. Also, this makes it more versatile. If you have a boat, you got a regular trailer, maybe you got like a little garden trailer, you can put it on several different things. So I'm actually a big fan of this. Now let me tell you, just give you a little quick story on how I busted up my my wiring kit. Okay, so I filled up the trailer with a bunch of really heavy ass logs, and someone left a big pile of wood. Like they cut down an entire tree and they left the tree just sitting there. And it's been years apparently, so all this stuff is growing all over, and it just looks like a terrible mess. And it's not in a spot where I can just light it right there. It's kind of in the middle of a forest, so it's not great, or it's on the edge anyway. So I'm getting in there with and you actually seen it if you watch the video of the tractor with the forks attached to the front of the bucket. I was kind of digging into that pile, but that pile is after I already loaded up the trailer, so it's not nearly as big as it was. But that's the area that I'm talking about. And I was using the excavator, and I was picking up these big-ass logs that I couldn't pick up by myself. I mean, they were way too heavy, plus they're in a bunch of brush, and I don't want to dig through it. And I'm picking them up with the excavator, and I'm putting them in the flatbed trailer, and then I towed the trailer over to the burn pile, and I was going to unload some, have to split some, just figuring out how do I get rid of all this wood now that's kind of nasty and everything. But it was a super pain because as I put it all in the trailer, it just, like, branches got all tangled with each other, and everything was just, like, stuck. And I couldn't grab it real well with the thumb of the excavator. I was just having a hard ass time getting the stuff back unloaded from the damn trailer. So my bright idea was to park the excavator in front of the trailer at the tongue, grab it with the thumb, and just raise the whole trailer up as high as I can with the wall off the back tailgate of it, and just let it all spill out. But I got kind of pissed because I was lifting this thing high. Like, the wheels are off the ground. The tongue is 8 feet in the air. The only thing touching is the frame of the back of the trailer, and not a damn thing will slide out of this trailer. I'm looking at it like, come on, this is vertical. How is it so tangled up that the shit won't fall out the back? This is insane. I was so mad. And then it kept also kind of slipping. Anyways, I didn't pay close enough attention, as the more mad I was getting, the more I was just starting to fling it. I was like, I'm so pissed. I do not want to have to unload this by hand. Why won't this crap come out? And I ended up breaking a couple of the wires just with the bucket of the excavator, and it just broke the wires. I got to resplice them and find out how many spots did I mess it up in. And anyway, that's my story of stupidity. I eventually did it by hand, for the most part by hand. Some stuff, as I was able to get it untangled, I could drag it. Look, I couldn't even park the excavator at the back and drag towards myself because the whole trailer would move, and then it was butted up against the excavator. I should have removed maybe the sidewalls as well. I'm not real sure, but it ended up being more of an ordeal than I wanted it to be. Pain in my ass. Last thing that I want to show you for this video, guys. I don't want to keep you for any longer. It's already been too long. Although sometimes I enjoy a little chat. I like being a little long-winded some days. It's cold outside. The weather sucks. The main project I'm supposed to be working on is digging a trench. And it's freezing and there's snow on the ground. Digging a trench kind of sounds like it sucks today. Kind of sounds like it sucks. So let's just draw out the video, because by the time I get done recording this, get done with the thumbnail and getting all the links put together, it's going to be 5 o'clock. Daylight savings time. It's going to be dark at 5 o'clock. Oh, damn. Damn, it's too dark. I was going to dig that trench today. I fully intended to dig the trench. I was going to dig the trench. I had my boots ready. I had the shovel out. Oh, it's too dark. You have to wait for tomorrow. Last thing I want to show you. The Amazon Prime Visa deal. So I use the Amazon Prime Visa because you get points. And of course, obviously, I spend a lot of money on Amazon. And you get, I should probably pay attention to this more. Was it 5% you get? I think it says in here. Yeah, you get 5% back on your Amazon purchases. You get a certain percent back on like gas and everyday purchases, but I'm mostly worried about the 5% because 5% is real close to sales tax. So if I get that that percentage back, it's almost like I don't have to pay sales tax, kind of. And of course, you get the points so you can use it on future Amazon purchases. So you can buy more stuff on Amazon. So anyway, I use it, but the main purpose to show it to you is they always have different deals going on. Right now, you get a $250 gift card if you get approved for the Prime Visa. This is the highest gift card they give out. So I kind of pay attention to this because I like to show it to you guys whenever it is available. Sometimes it's only a $100 gift card. Maybe the lowest was $50, but I know I've definitely seen $100 a lot. $100's available pretty common, but $250 is really high. That's a good gift card if you want to apply to the credit card, especially right now. We're right in front of Black Friday. This is a pretty instant approval from what I remember. I mean, I've had mine forever, but I think it was instant. Anyway, you'll get it before Black Friday, and who wouldn't like an extra $250 in their account to do a little Black Friday shopping? So it seemed like good timing to show it to you guys. If you go to this link, just this image is a link, or you can go here or whatever. You'll see it. It's all these different links. So there it is, guys. Boy, did we get to over an hour? Only 50 minutes. See, it's a shorty. It wasn't long at all. Which, by the way, did you notice I changed out the logo up here? Decided to go with a little bit different logo here. A little side-by-side, smaller on that. I think it fits a little better. Also on a mobile, although on some, the logo was too wide. It's not resizing correctly, and it kind of breaks it a little bit. So we might have to figure that out. Also changed out the little logo right here. It was a little fuzzy, didn't have crisp. So I had to redo this graphic and resize it. And I'm kind of lazy on stuff like that because it takes so damn long. Like, it took an hour to fix this little logo. And for the longest time, you're looking at it, and it's kind of annoying. And it's like, I could do a better logo than that right there, a little icon. But then I'm thinking, do I want to spend an hour of my time for some little ass thing that I don't really care about? And today the answer was yes. Today I decided, you know what, it is annoying me. Let's fix that. The other thing while I was there that I wanted to fix was the capitalization of the S. Now, if you know, like HTML, CSS type stuff, inline I had to capitalize there, but the style sheets, the CSS of it, was overriding my inline code. So it just became, it's like, it's not super difficult, but it wasn't enough. And then as I was fixing that, I thought, you know what, that S never being capitalized kind of pisses me off, and I want it capitalized. So we went ahead and fixed that as well. I also removed some of the plugins and programs that the site was using, so it should load faster now. Boy, I pay a shit ton for the hosting on my website. Just so you know, it's expensive. Back when I first started my website, it was about $4 a month to have it. But the more traffic you get, the more pages, the more stuff that's going on, you got to upgrade. You got to spend more and more and more. And now my bill has a comma. Not a month, but it has a comma. And that's, a lot more expensive than it used to be. The point is, you start getting all these extra programs and stuff. They slow it down. Things. We're going to do some optimization stuff just to update and do things a little bit better. I don't plan on doing a full redesign because that's just, oh man, that's so much work. And there's things I would definitely like to update and make better. But so far, I don't hate it so much that I want to redesign the whole damn thing. So we'll see some tweaks and some optimizations, and anyway, let's keep this under an hour. Good. Don't want to get too long-winded. All right, guys, that's it. That's all we have. Everything's going to be linked down below. I'm going to try and add chapters to this because it is so long. Maybe some people will appreciate having the chapters, being able to skip around. I'm not sure. I'll try it. I don't normally do it. I actually don't even know how to do it, but I've seen it done, so I'll try it. Thanks for watching. Make sure to give the video a like, subscribe for a subscriber. I'll see you guys next time.